Hello friends, welcome with Rcare Overseas Education, and today we have Sulekha with us, and she's gonna help you out with the tips which are very important for B1 Hören examination. And I feel if you go through these patterns, they're gonna be very helpful for the students because we are sharing it with our past experience altogether. So the first part is, I feel, the book pattern. Let's discuss the pattern first and then we'll start. So pattern is also one of the part of the tips, yeah.
Alright, so my name is Sulekha Rai and I have cleared my C1 level. So I would be giving you tips to clear B1 level actually, which is much easier. But in comparison to A1 and A2 level, you would have to work really hard. So in the Hören, you have 4 questions in total. In the first question, you will get maybe a radio broadcast, a weather broadcast, or recordings from the conversations or cuttings from the airport or train announcements. But you get 10 questions in total, in which every alternate question is a true-false question, and then you have MCQs. So 5 MCQs and 5 true-false questions. Then in the second question, you get a continuous conversation between 2 people and you have to mark true-false once again. You get around 7 or 6 questions. Then in the third question, you have a continuous announcement of maybe a railway station again or airport. It might be a description by a travel guide or another thing. But you also have to mark MCQs here. Instead of true-false, you have MCQs here, and that is played only one time. So the first question would be played twice, second and third would be played once, and then the fourth type, which is a discussion between 3 people, that is played twice. So once again, you have to mark MCQs there, but you always get the conversation or a discussion between 3 people in which you have to mark who has said what. You get approximately 8 questions in the last tile, and it is the most important tile of your Hören.
Let's come to the second part. The second part is about the vocabulary. So I wanted to say before we start with the vocabulary part, I have seen the students watching the podcast and watching the movies, but they don't learn the vocabulary of your own subject. So please make sure that you should know the vocabulary for your A1, A2 and B1, and then you should go for some other podcast or the movies, right? So would you like to add on something on it?
Yeah, absolutely. It depends actually on the time. If you have enough time to prepare for B1 level and you're not planning to give exam right away, then it's okay to hear YouTube and podcasts and everything. But if you have a time constraint, then you should really focus on the exam preparation vocabulary and the Hören part instead of watching movies or podcasts.
And the third part is again the synonyms. So yeah,
like we did in lesson, synonyms are very important. You might have read a word in a question, but they might use a different word in the audio which would mean the same thing. So you might get confused with that. So you should know the synonyms, at least at B1 level, the basic synonyms of the words.
And I wanted to add on something. This is very important because I have seen the students not clearing Hören, and mostly all the tiles have been cleared. So please make sure the synonyms and most importantly vocab with articles. We just forgot that. Yeah. So learn the articles. Very important. And the fourth, which I feel, is the time management, very important. And before going for the time management, the fourth should be that you should not use your headphones. So you can just give an example which recently happened with me about one of the examinations.
What happens is students get the idea of practicing Hören with earphones on. So what we usually do is we sit in comfort of our houses and we use earphones to practice Hören, which I feel can be very dangerous. If you do not practice with the speakers on, you might be a little bit confused in the exam hall, and there are ambient voices. It cannot be like complete dead silence all the time. So you have to be smart, you have to get used to the audios enough to be able to look for the answers even if there are a bit of noises there. So
Yes, and the fifth is of course the time management.
Yeah.
So what would you like to say on it? Because you share the feedback. Yeah.
About that, I would say students usually attend only one tile once. If they have the whole day to practice, they would go for one tile, then they take a break, and then for the second tile. What happens is, if you do not practice all the questions all together, you get bored easily. And even if you do not want to, but if you're bored, of course your mind would drift away. So you lack the concentration.
Yeah, and that is the reason why you're not able to understand and correlate it. I feel that's a problem. And I think these tips would be very beneficial for the students who wanted to go to Germany or who wanted to apply for the B1 examination. If you have any questions, we would be very happy to help you out. We would be happy to give you the classes for the German language and any assistance related to Europe. Thank you so much for watching the video.